everybody, my name is Sherry.
My name is Ethan.
And welcome to our new channel, Dinner and a Show. So basically we are going to be cooking our way through this unofficial Friends cookbook by Teresa Finney. She calls it the one with all the recipes. So the deal is, I don't really like cooking all that much. I don't have too much of a talent for it either. And Ethan is the pickiest eater you are ever going to meet.
True story.
But we do really love Friends. So we kind of stumbled upon this cookbook and we thought it would be a cool way to kind of motivate us to cook a little bit more. We do a lot of eating out. Maybe we would get Ethan to try a couple things that he wouldn't ordinarily try otherwise. And just a fun thing to do together and a cool way to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Friends.
And I suggested that we should vlog it.
So that's what this channel is all about. So when we got the cookbook, we had a blast just going through, looking at all the recipe titles, all the pictures, matching the recipe to the episode in Friends. It didn't take us very long because Ethan has managed to memorize nearly all of the season's episodes, episode titles, everything. In the event that you do get stuck, she does have a little description in here for each recipe where she kind of gives you a little hint or clue as to what episode she's referencing. But let's give you a little quiz. So for the recipes mentioned on the back of the book, you have the Not So Fine Margaritas.
Season 10, Episode 2, the one where Ross is fine.
The Engagement Ring Lasagna.
Season 1, Episode 2, the one with the sonogram at the end.
French Aunt Chocolate Chip Cookies.
Season 7, Episode 3, the one with Phoebe's Cookies.
Thanksgiving Turkey for One.
Season 8, Episode 7, the one with the rumor.
Fried Stuff with Cheese.
Season 7, Episode 16, the one with the truth about London.
And Perfect Pox Peach Cobbler.
Season 2, Episode 23, the one with the chicken pox.
So I couldn't really tell you if any of those are right, but I believe it. Let me just emphasize that he did not memorize these for the purposes of this video. He seems to know nearly all of them. So if ever I get stuck on an episode, this is my guy. So in the cookbook, there's about 70 recipes divided between 54 episodes of Friends. So our goal for the channel is to vlog our way through those 54 episodes in 52 weeks.
Along with the recipes, we'll have some Friends clips, trivia, bloopers, plot holes, facts, and probably some debates.
So I'm going to drop the link for the cookbook down in the description box below. Buy it, cook your way through with us, or just watch us fumble our way through. Now let's get started on our first recipe. Okay, so for our first recipe, we've decided to make Joey's all-time favorite meatball sub.
I got it. This place makes the best sandwich in the world.
So there's a few things that we know for sure about Joey Tribbiani. First, he's not the smartest. He has his moments, but Joey is pretty ditzy.
Matt LeBlanc actually suggested to the producers to make Joey really dumb. I feel like they took it a bit too far a couple times.
Second, he's known for his famous phrase, "How you doing?" I'm not even going to attempt to say it like Joey, but basically Joey's way with women.
Oh, well, what I do is I look a woman up and down and I say, "Hey, how you doing?"
And lastly, and probably most importantly, Joey is known for his love of food. He doesn't like to share it. He doesn't like to waste it. His favorite food is a sandwich, and his favorite sandwich is the meatball sub. So the meatball sub is referenced multiple times throughout all 10 seasons of Friends. But notably, in the one with the ride-along, season 5, episode 20, Joey actually risked his life to take a bullet for his sandwich. So I have all of the ingredients laid out here, pre-measured. Let's get started on the meatball sub. Okay, so I have my ground beef here in the bowl. I have my stuff pre-measured here, my ingredients. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these in, mix it up with my hands. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. So Ethan, what actually goes on in the one with the ride-along?
At the beginning of this episode, it is revealed that Emily Ross's ex-wife is getting married the next day in television land. Joey, Chandler, and Ross all go on a ride along with the Gary, Phoebe's, and boyfriend. On the way to wherever they're going, Joey picks up a meatball sub, his favorite meatball sub of all time.
And what we're about to have.
Yes. So out of nowhere, a shot was fired, and Joey, with no regard for his own safety, throws himself onto Ross to save his life. It is revealed later that Joey was trying to save the meatball sub.
He didn't really care about Ross.
He did not care about Ross at all. Meanwhile, at Ross's apartment, Monica and Rachel find a message from Emily saying that she may be having second thoughts about the wedding and that she wants him to call her. Monica and Rachel go back and forth on whether or not they should delete the message or keep the message. Rachel accidentally deletes the message.
Well, I don't know how this fits into your whole seizing thing, but Emily called you today. I was right. Your decision.
Right. Yeah, I guess I should call Emily.
Okay, no, it's not the right decision.
Rachel made him realize that it was close call day and decides not to call Emily.
Because I do want to seize some opportunity, but I really don't want to see or talk to her.
So, what would you have done? Would you be Team Monica or Team Rachel? Would you delete the message or would you give it to Ross had it not been deleted?
I would have 100% deleted it.
See, I don't agree with that. I think that he should have been able to hear the message and decide whether or not to call her back himself. You don't think so?
No. Emily made Ross miserable. Do we really want to risk putting him in that position again?
That's true, but then again, we're going to get into in a later video, I believe actually next week, whether or not Emily was really as neurotic and controlling and crazy as we tend to make her out to be. I was never a big fan of Emily, but still, was she as bad as we originally thought?
My answer is yes.
So this is pretty much mixed up. So we have cumin, we have Italian seasoning, we have garlic powder. It smells delicious. My hands, though, look disgusting. So I'm going to wash them off and we're going to get them on the pan. Okay, so my hands are clean, thank God. Now we're just going to take the mixture we just made. It works well with just like a cookie scoop. Roll them into balls about 1.5 to 2 inches in diameter. I'm going to let Ethan roll while I scoop. Get this done quicker. Okay, so the meatballs have been chilling in the fridge for about 30 minutes. We're going to brown them on each side over medium heat and then transfer to a separate plate and set aside. In the same pot, we're adding diced onion and sauteing for 3 to 4 minutes or until translucent. We then add the red pepper flakes and minced garlic, also the crushed tomato and the other spices. With a combination of red pepper flakes and cumin mixed with brown sugar and nutmeg, we're curious how much heat or sweetness, if any, will taste in the final product. Finally, we add the meatballs back into the sauce to simmer for around 20 minutes. So while the meatballs and the sauce are simmering, I'm going to give Ethan a little bit of Friends trivia. So whenever we do any sort of trivia at all about Friends, Ethan is always saying that it's just way too easy. And that's true. If you go on to like Google and look at Friends trivia questions, they're all usually the same general basic questions. So I, of course, have just recently watched this episode, the one with the ride-along. All of the questions are very specific to this episode. So let's get going.
Okay.
Ethan, here we go. Let's see how quick you can do this. In the opening scene of the show, how does Joey try to distract Ross from thinking about Emily?
Ross, look!
Who was the first friend to go on a ride-along?
What?
The first friend to go on a ride-along with
Phoebe.
Gary. What does Ross call the police light?
The berry.
What is it actually called?
The cherry.
Why does Rachel have to go to Ross's apartment?
To make margaritas.
Why does Ross get moved to the back seat in the ride-along?
Because he was messing with the light. He was messing with the cherry.
Right. What happens during the ride-along that makes Joey cover Ross?
A car backfired, but they thought it was a bullet to save Joey's sandwich.
Okay. Who calls and leaves a message for Ross while Monica and Rachel are in Ross's apartment?
Ross.
Ross calls.
Hey Ross, it's you.
Why do Joey and Chandler argue during this episode?
Because Chandler thought that Joey was trying to save Ross and he didn't try to save Chandler.
Right. How does Joey prove how much Chandler means to him?
Giving him a bite of the sandwich.
What makes Ross consider calling Emily back when he finds out about the message?
Seizing the day after his near-death experience.
And how does Rachel convince him not to call?
She convinces him that it's close call day.
There you have it. He knows way too much about Friends. Okay, so we have the meatballs and sauce, our sub rolls, some butter, and some provolone cheese.
Hey, Joe, does it have meatballs on it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, does it have melted cheese and marinara sauce?
Yup.
The only thing left to do is to assemble your sandwich however you want it. Then we're just gonna pop it in the oven on broil for a couple of minutes until the bread is toasted and the cheese is melted. Stick around for our review of the all-time favorite, Joey's meatball sub.
How good is that?
Oh, wow.
See?
Okay, so we tried the all-time favorite meatball sub and we thought it was great. Ethan, your take?
It was really good. Spicier than I thought it would be.
Definitely spicier than I expected it to be as well.
Yeah, but it was a good sandwich.
And we will definitely be making it again. So just some final thoughts on season 5, episode 20, the one with the ride-along. First of all, make sure when you eat your meatball sub, not to hold it like a hot dog.
Here. Thanks. Oh, easy. It's not a hot dog.
We also did find it funny that Chandler preferred that Joey risk his life for the sub rather than Ross. All seemed to be forgiven when he found out that he risked his life for the sandwich.
So you didn't choose Ross before me?
No. I would never do that. You're like my brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Also, watch out for our next video. Hopefully we'll be dropping it next week. We are going to be making some stupid British snack food. Now we're going to leave you with our favorite moment of the one with the ride-along. We'll see you next week.
I wasn't trying to save Ross. Okay? My sandwich was next to Ross. All right? I was trying to save my sandwich.
From a bullet.